right, hello everybody. So today we're going to be comparing two top-of-the-line racing helmets, the Shoei X-15 and the AGV Pista GP RR. When I have conversations with people regarding these two helmets, everybody has their own preference. And what I'd like to say about that is that while the X-15 is a much better road helmet, I think some people find the lightweight of the Shoei, the AGV, much more practical on the road, carving on their sport bikes. What I will tell everybody between these two helmets is, if you have a loud exhaust, you have to wear earplugs with both helmets. The Shoei is very quiet, but again, loud exhaust still makes your ears tingle after a little while. With the AGV, I would say, because they provide the earplugs with the actual helmet, that you should wear the earplugs with this helmet 100% of the time. Because the wind noise is one component of this helmet that is much higher than the X-15. The X-15 wind noise is much less. But you should be wearing earplugs regardless if you have this Shoei or the AGV. Second thing, I really love the visor on the X-15 because you can stop it in different directions. Different positions, okay? And with the AGV, it's just basically a latch system that goes up and then it'll fall right down. It doesn't have any sort of locking positioning. I don't mind it. I don't mind that on the AGV. I personally think, I know we're not talking about the Instagram influencer craze with the AGV Pistas, but sometimes it is very practical, I guess, when you just slam your head down and the visor closes. If you're choosing between these two helmets, let's say price-wise, you find something similar to the Shoei X-15 and the AGV around the same mark, and you're looking for road use only, it would have to be the X-15. If you're looking for a helmet that you want to make, let's say, content with, looks better on your head, subjectively, I think the AGV Pista does a really good job on looking good on your head. But again, you have to know that the helmet itself doesn't have cardo speakers, cardo pockets, right, on the side. So you I do have a cardo installed, but you have to kind of like jiffy up a little way. And then on top of that, the ventilation system and the road noise. So you have to wear earplugs. Between these two helmets, and the reason why I own both is because my X-15 serves as more of a motovlogging helmet. It stays quieter, it's more convenient to use. I feel as if the cardo system is much better because it has the pockets, but the liner in the AGV Pista RR feels far superior and far nicer against your skin than an X-15. That's just my take. It is what it is. I'm just going to say that. Again, I don't use these helmets in any sort of a real aggressive manner. It's more so road riding. I am thinking about going to the track next year. So that, of course, I will use the AGV for that. The second thing with AGVs is that because they're so light, once you get used to riding with a Pista, even a small increment in size and I guess you could say weight, again, it's not a huge difference, but you do feel it. So overall, X-15, everyday type of helmet I can use on the road. If you're looking for something that's even more quieter, I would go with the RF series. But again, I need to carve through the wind. I need a little bit sportier chin mount on the back. Sorry, the venting. And I really love the way the design of helmet looks. It is definitely their race helmet. The Pista, it's, I would say, classified as a fun takeout here and there helmet. Sometimes if I'm doing a photo shoot or a video shoot, or if I'm doing any sort of work for content creation, the Pista actually is an amazing helmet because it's light. I have retrofitted with a cardo, but again, the cardo for me, the usage for the cardo is not the main concern. So I know the volume for the cardo isn't as high in the Pista than it is the AGV. In terms of safety, again, I don't feel a difference in both helmets. They seem like they're both reliable. And let me see if I have any other notes, and I will see if I missed anything, if I wanted to talk about both helmets. Because again, they're both very popular topics, and they're both very popular on Instagram. They're both very popular when people talk about what helmet they choose. There are other helmet brands, but these are the two I choose to go with. But the actual helmets themselves, if you look at popularity, the Pista seems to be winning online. A lot of influencers own Pistas, and I know it has become one of the helmets that Pista influencer jokes out there, but it is a great lightweight helmet, and I love, as I said, the way it looks and it fits. I just wish maybe the next version of whatever they create, hopefully coming soon, because I did see that AGV is up to something that they create some sort of speaker pockets and some tweaks here and there for better road use. But if you want to keep it a track only helmet, not a problem, because I'll still ride with it on the street. Not because I'm a poser, but more so because I really love the way the helmet fits. X-15, I love the helmet, but if I had to choose only one helmet, and this is in dire conditions, that's why I have both. But if I have to only choose one in terms of looks, it'd be the Pista, but the X-15 is very close. So just wanted to kind of give you guys that feedback of my experience with both helmets. I keep both because they serve me different purposes. I love to take this helmet out more so with less gear on, casual, if I'm going out, for, as I said, more so for looks. And then the X-15 is more for longer rides, group rides, set up with my Cardo, set up with my GoPro, my mic. Feel like it's more easier to use, easier to hear, and also with the earplugs, I can ride longer distances with this. The earplugs with the GP while they are good, you can use them. It's still, again, both with earplugs on, the GP is a little bit still louder than the X-15. Just because it's a track helmet, it is what it is. And that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about in this video, and I wanted to show you guys the helmets. So I'm going to show you guys my Valentino Rossi, I guess you could say, colorful Pista RR. And yeah, I love the design. I wanted to have something different, and I wanted to create a helmet collection that wasn't all similar to what it was. And then the X-15, I have it in the Dave Designs blue and the turquoise and all this, and this matches much more with the S1000RR. Both are designed for high performance, and I'll break down what's unique between both of them and which might be a better fit for you. Right now, these are the two favorite helmets on the market from my perspective, for me, and we'll break down, and I made some notes here so I can kind of have an outline of what I'll be talking about and compare these two helmets. So the Shoei X-15, in terms of the graphics, this matches the bike a lot more than the AGV Pista GP RR. And I'm gonna just quickly, briefly go over a few things about these helmets and why I chose each one of them for what purpose, and that will kind of give you an idea of why I'm making the video. Okay, so first, safety. Both of them are ECE and DOT certified, FIM approved, meaning it's cleared for racing. So Shoei features a multiplay matrix AIM shell system for impact absorption, and it has a multi-density EPS liner, which I will show you guys as well. I'll put the AGV on the side for a bit, and the EPS liner pretty much kind of has a little bit of a play at the top, and it's really good for adjustment. And the AGV Pista, which I have right here, RR, it's also ECE, DOT, and FIM certified. It's made from 100% carbon fiber shell, and that just makes it really light. And EPS liner designed for high impacts. Between these two, in terms of safety, I think for the average rider, using these helmets on the road, especially for how I do my riding, I'm not gonna say one is better than the other for average riding on the road. So for safety, in terms of standards, they're pretty similar. Weight-wise, obviously the AGV is definitely lighter on the feels lighter on the head. Okay, so the second reason I bought both of these helmets is because I ride a sports bike, and aerodynamics is a very important part of why I buy certain helmets. And between these two helmets, personal feel, the AGV carves through the wind better. And not because the AGV is more superior to the X-15. And let me explain that again. Yeah, maybe it's per person, and how the per person feeling is in terms of wearing a helmet, but the AGV, I feel like, carves through the wind much easier. And don't get me wrong, the X-15 carves through the wind really nice, but if I'm comparing these two, the AGV will carve through the wind a lot faster. The Shoei X-15 is engineered in a wind tunnel, and it does have the high stability. The rear stabilizer and fin are adjustable, so this area here in the back with the open and close, the air that goes through the helmet is definitely making an impact on the downforce. So the AGV Pista RR, you're looking at also being wind tunnel tested as well, but it is specifically designed for the track, so slightly more aggressive in design, and it just focuses on pure racing aerodynamics. So between these two helmets, as I said, the Pista is definitely a race helmet, while the X-15 is a race helmet, but much better on the road. Ventilation between both, I personally go with the X-15 for the ventilation, and the reason why is because the X-15 has the vents that are open and closable at the top, and basically that allows the wind from the front chin area, they open as well. And what I noticed is, for practicality on the street, the X-15 does a way better job, and the vents are a huge reason why. And the AGV, you have to have these rubber pieces inserted or taken off, and that's to do with less moving components in the helmet and more to do with just, like I said, track riding, right? And there's another vent here that opens up from the inside of the helmet. So that's all the venting you get. And again, it includes a hydration system that can go to the back of your backpack or your tracksuit. And in long races and hot conditions, it's definitely the helmet you want to be wearing. So in terms of ventilation for the road, I would say I prefer the X-15 much more than the AGV. And the reason why I prefer the X-15 over the AGV is because, again, just the usability aspect of the venting system at the top and bottom, while you have to have rubber grommets at the top, and from the bottom is only one little vent. Again, for the road, it's not practical. If you want to close off your vents, you're looking at closing off your vents with rubber grommets pulling over, while riding you can just take it off and put it back on. So that's definitely, I would say, a win for the X-15. Okay, so price-wise, in the Canadian market, these helmets are very similar, around $1,500 to $1,800 Canadian for the Shoei X-15. And Pistas vary depending on the size and availability, plus the the usability aspect of it too. So some helmets that are used, you can find them on the market for around the $1,500, $1,400 mark. But brand new, you're looking 2,000 plus Canadian for most Pistas, especially if they're limited edition run helmets. And that's something that I think, between these two helmets, if you're going to use on the road, you have to think about, right? Because you're getting less practicality, carbon fiber, and I know this is a track helmet, but at the end of the day, the helmet also looks very nice. So there is quite a bit on that aspect. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll come up with some more reviews of some practical stuff that people have conversations about that we generally just don't have videos on. I know a lot of people are making content, but they're not talking about the aspect of what's reality out there, right? Like what people are actually buying these helmets for. I understand you're comparing different things with helmets in terms of, you know, hey, what's better on the track, but most riders are actually looking for a helmet that looks good, that feels good, and usable. So as I said, if you have a real loud exhaust, this needs earplugs. If you have a modest chill exhaust, this still needs earplugs. If you have a silent exhaust, you still need earplugs, because earplugs with this, it's not only about the sound, it's about the wind. This one you can get away with just the Cardo system if your exhaust system is on the mild side.